All right, y'all. So today we're going to be talking about the 11th anniversary. Now that it has officially ended pretty much. I mean, it ends in 2 days, but you guys get the point. I'm here with Vilify, and we're just going to be talking about the 11th anniversary as a whole. Now, we did a similar video on his channel, but today this is going to be more community-based rather than our opinions. However, if you want to hear a more in-depth site about how we feel about each character and things like that, and the banners and stuff like that, feel free to let us know, or just go watch the other video. Maybe I'll put the link in the description. But hi, Vil. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Emphasis on the maybe, because I say that like every time in a video. I'm like, yeah, I'll link that in the description. It's like I always forget to link it every time.
Sometimes I'd be forgetting too, but you know what? Vil's channel's there. Just click on Vil. If you haven't checked out Vil, he makes some really good beginner guide stuff and just helpful tips. Well, I just kind of do random shit, honestly. But anyways, let's hop right in. So, thread of all the to New Horizons Dokkan 11th Anniversary's Super Maximum Celebration. Of course, this thread includes images plus polls for every single character, where you are able to vote for your opinion on them retrospectively as the campaign is about to end. So, the first thing that's different about this campaign is that there's only 2 parts. And just quick thoughts, Bill. Do you think that this helped or hurt the celebration?
I think in this year's it hurt, but I think maybe if it was properly executed, it could have helped. But like, if you just have to go from the bigger picture, I don't think it helped. It really sort of, you know, we emphasized this a lot in the video that we did over on my side of things, but it sort of sucked the wind out of the sails, if you will, or took a lot of the momentum out, because when you have a part where it's like the EZA 4 part 2 doesn't feel good, and then there's potential for that to be it, that really kind of brings down player morale. But I think that, you know, you may have tweeted this, but Omatsu said, like, don't worry, the events and EZAs will be jam-packed as always, and it certainly didn't feel that way.
Yep. That's kind of how I feel. I mean, realistically, even though I said we wouldn't really dwell too much into it, this is my genuine thoughts on it. I will talk about like an overall rating at the end, because there is a question asked about that, but realistically, I just feel like there's a lot of spots in this anniversary that they could have even messed up. And even Vector, right? Who is one of the like bigger defenders, I think, in the community. Funny enough, we brought up Vector in both your video and my video. People were like,
I think they paid us. Right.
Yeah, but that's the first comment here. And again, this is one of the people who are defending the anniversary for the most part. If it goes away, I agree in terms of the content, but if it stays one of the greats, we'll talk about that a bit. But some of the content that is actually fun that they released during the celebration might be only temporary, which means that we might not ever see it again. So we'll talk about that in a bit. But anyways, let's hop right into it. So firstly, we have the EZA for STR Carnival LR Super Saiyan Goku. So again, how this rating system goes is it goes from great, which is a 9 or 10, good, which is a 7 or 8, underwhelming, which is a 4 or 6, and then bad, which is a 0 to 3. So we can see here, out of 3,000 votes, almost 50% of people voted that he was an underwhelming EZA, and then about 40% voted he was good. So, I mean, a lot of people didn't like this character, right? And even though there's still 6 days left in the poll, usually there's not really a lot of changes beyond the first day in terms of general, you know, people voting. Unless, like,
how many more people are gonna vote? You know, it's like, I mean, 3,000's a lot.
Yeah. During GDC, there was a couple thousand as well. I think it was just like 5+K. I could literally even bring that up, but like, I don't know.
It's a very good sample size here, where it's like you have thousands of people, and what is that? Like, basically, what is that? 89% of the poll here is saying, you know, good to underwhelming. So you average that out, it's about funny enough, it's like a 6.5 is kind of the score where you're at. I didn't want to say the thing.
No, it pretty much, yeah. I would say like a 6.5-ish seems appropriate for what this guy's EZA is, and I think that fits, because realistically, his EZA is not, you know, going crazy. You know, for anyone, I feel like
Goku.
It's not Kai Goku. No, it's just a thing of like, again, if this guy was really good, people would kind of make it pretty obvious. And I mean, in terms of like what could have changed about this guy, I guess we could talk about a little. I really think that if they gave this guy guard, that would have been game changing. If this guy had guard, I think that's literally all he needed in order to be actually, you know, even an 8 or a 9, honestly. Like he has the stuff in his kit. He has multi-turn arrays. He has support here. He's giving key support, which is so useful right here. He's STR orb changing for Daima Goku. Like, he had the tools to be really good. It's just that, again, he just doesn't have the, like, either guard or like some dodge chance, because without that, I feel like he's just right under, what could make him a good character.
What's frustrating about this character too is the fact, like, this is gonna sound funny, but it's the fact that he's named Super Saiyan Goku. So like in the future, if we get another Super Saiyan Goku, he's not gonna be able to link up with this character unless it's a tag character or something like that. Because Super Saiyan Goku is probably just the most common named character in the game.
Yeah, that's true. Like, Tech Carnival Goku could get an EZA, or if we get a Namek celebration, like a lot of people want, we just get another flat, just like Super Saiyan Goku named character.
But yeah, like think Namek if it's like GDC or something like that, and it's just a straight up Namek Goku, and he's just a Super Saiyan Goku.
Yeah,
like, it's gonna be tough to make that work. I mean, we literally run into that problem all the time with STR Omega and the physical one. Yeah, it's like
Super Saiyan
yeah,
4
I love
Vegeta.
this. Right, I love that Super EZA, but the fact that he is just missing so much because it's not because he's bad, just because he doesn't get links.
Yeah, just an unfortunate thing for this guy. But I think most people, like, I agree that he's like underwhelming, but at least he's not bad, right? Like, I think we're gonna see that common trend for certain characters here, where it's like, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if any character here besides maybe one will be voted as bad, but we'll see. And again,
The closest thing will probably be a certain TUR would be my guess, just because, like, it was the haha funny, they're terrible.
We'll see. I think it's certain LR, but that's just me. All right, so we have Dokkan Fest LR Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku. 3,000 votes still again, and 70% of people basically voted him as great. So that is a huge amount, with 27% still voting him as good. So most people voted this guy, again, if we rough it out, like just like an average, like at bare minimum, probably like a 7.5. But realistically, if we average this out, this is closer to like a 9, just overall. Which is, again, just such a huge amount of people that did end up, doing the vote here. In total, that is 96% of the votes that are saying that this guy is favorable, which is basically the 3,000 votes. There's not much else to talk about this guy. I feel like if this was done, let's say a week after he came out, people would be voting even underwhelming. Honestly, a lot of people didn't like this guy in release, but I think as people tried the character more and more, we saw how the team shaped out, even though honestly his team was already very good. I think people let their initial frustrations of, some of the animation and things like kind of,
That's what I was gonna say,
like, pass away, and they're like, oh wait, this guy actually does one of the things that most characters I feel like can struggle with sometimes, and that's super consistent damage along with just massive support. And he's one of the few characters that could just tank things as well, which I think is really nice.
Yeah, I mean, you said it well, where it's like, we talked about this last night. I guess it's earlier today at this point, but just being able to open up at that like 100 million range, where a lot of characters, you have to set up a standby, you have to do these different support options, you have to have a domain going, you need to get hit first, you need to dodge 6 times in the case of Deborah. Or it's just like this character, it's like, oh, if you get that 24 key, you're good to go. You're going to be opening up at a 70, 80, 90 million attack stat, whatever your dupe level is.
Honestly, I think the biggest change, even though this guy is really good, there's still like 1 or 2 changes I would make to him. I think, in my opinion, the EX super attack should be, okay, is this on the site? It's not on the site still, but like, the only change I would make to this guy, if I really had to do it in terms of satisfying people, is it should always be a 77% chance. Actually, yeah, and then if it crits, then it's guaranteed.
I think that would be better.
I think that's the difference I was doing. If the fast attack in a turn is a super attack, 77% chance to become an EX super. If that super attack is a critical hit, becomes an EX super attack.
Yeah, I
Or
think it's also just an underwhelming anniversary mechanic. I think that's kind of
yeah,
like, because you mentioned it with the animations earlier, where that's kind of like a frustration, where it's like, you know, the bar is kind of moved from the source material to these really flashy what if animations with different types of effects, and you sort of bring it up where it's like, just this character in general, that mechanic, not only does it feel a little bit lame, it's just like a pseudo active skill in a super attack. Um, and it also doesn't look the best. So it just kind of combines frustration with visual disappointment.
I would say another thing that they could have also changed about this is, okay, let's say if you miss this, the next time it's guaranteed. Could be
Yeah,
how it
that'd be kind
works.
of funky wording, though, huh?
I mean, they could find a way to word it. I'm sure that
It's
they
just like,
could.
yeah, I just like, I could imagine reading that on paper and just being like, if this misses, the next time is a guarantee. It sounds like a gotcha bitch.
I mean, they could just
Like
do
50-50.
plus 77% chance for damn, I don't know.
Yeah, every other attempt of this is a guaranteed crit or something, or whatever you said. The EX. It's like, oh,
I mean,
okay.
they could. I don't think it matters. Like, oh, it's sounding like or it being a little bit wordy, as long as it
Mhm.
like is a good mechanic, right? um,
Right.
really the only other thing is like making this key 2 per non-STR key sphere, and honestly that's all I would change. Even though this guy doesn't have any special tech, it would be nice for him to have like a counter or something. Like he still does his job very well, I think overall. He's still quite tanky currently, so I mean that's something that could be an issue for the future, but right now I mean this guy's incredible.
Yep.
Now we have
Mm.
Tech Diamond Vegeta, which is still generally rated good. So we're seeing about a 80% vote of great slash good, more so leaning to about the 7 to 8 range. But then there's still, you know, about what? Almost a 20% of these votes leaning towards underwhelming or even bad. Now, again, I wouldn't say this guy's bad, but I would still give this guy a strong 7. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's probably where I would have them. I think if like at the worst they would be a 6, at the best they'd probably be like an 8.
Yeah.
So
And
you got it right.
I mean, I don't think there's much to talk about this guy specifically, but I mean, I feel like it's
You
just a
said
thing
something
of
in our last video that was good. I forget when we were talking about this unit. You said like they just needed like one thing.
I forgot what I
I
said.
don't remember.
Oh, I mean, it's
Because
their
I was kind of
support,
complaining about,
honestly.
yeah, like this support being like turn 4 restricted. I didn't enjoy it, just because it feels like it's something that could be so essential down the line to give other characters guard. Like if we get,
Mhm.
I still feel like a transforming Super Saiyan 4 Goku could be in the pipeline. It may not be for a long time, but like a mini Super Saiyan 3 Goku could still happen. And what happens if they don't have guard?
No, I
It's
remember
like,
what I
we have to
said.
wait till turn 4 to get it. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, the EX was
Stacking.
That's it. Yeah.
Like, what if again Vegeta and Trunks give stacking to all allies? What if this guy's EX Super? Would it break the game if this guy's EX Super gave? It's a 50% chance to give all allies 10% defense for the rest of battle in long fights. Would that break the game? No, it would not. The Daima category is not going to become, oh my god, it's too good. It's too good. It eclipses the rest of the game by like 6 miles, and then have to make a new difficult hardest fight that destroys everyone else. No, that's not what would happen. Like, it's not gonna be the end of the world if he at least stacked here, and then okay, maybe if he stacked himself as well, then he did this. But like, realistically, I feel like there's nothing that makes him stand out compared to Goku, because it's not like this guy's the defensive slot 1 god or anything like that. He's giving the support, which is cool, but the Diamond team is not a long event stacking team where it's like, okay, starting for the 4th turn, he could give all this like abilities. Like, he's good for like these events that may last 5 or 6 turns or something, but then after that, it's like you're pretty much gonna want to prioritize stacking teams anyways. So why would you even use the Diamond team? But if this guy gave the Diamond team stacking, that would be a game changer for this team. And it would be like, okay, in long events, you use Vegeta's team. In short events, you use Super Saiyan 4 Goku's team. I feel like that's kind of like the general idea, but it didn't really
You
land.
give both the identity. You give it like both of the teams an identity.
Yep, exactly. But unfortunately, and you know, it would even benefit, like, you could throw in Vegeta and Trunks on this team as well, because of Vegeta's family. And then you have this guy plus Vegeta and Trunks, who would actually be pretty decent, and then you have the full Diamond team as well.
You would also have for Vegeta's family, you'd also have the Tag 4s who are giving that event support.
Yep. And you just have like a bunch of like this, make this like a really good stacking team, you know? But unfortunately, that's
Make
not
that
really what happens.
pesky festival event for a lot of people much easier with these characters, and they still somewhat did that. But
Yep. And you know, it could even let you use like LR Super Saiyan 4 Diamond Goku on this leader skill for long fights, but unfortunate, honestly. Majin Do, I mean, not much to talk about him, just a good banner unit.
yep.
I guess the only thing that he could have done is give support, but the orb changing is so huge, and he has the guaranteed dodge on his 4th turn, which I find to be valuable. Like like you float him off turn 1, turn 4 he comes around, could guarantee dodge in slot 1, does like an 80 mil attack stat. Like, we'll take that. We'll take that.
And he also has one of the best defensive mechanics in the game that comes via his offense with the action break.
Yeah, that's true. Where is
especially in the era of scripted supers?
Yeah,
now, unless it's slot 1, it's not as useful, but like, you know, somebody like just like what's like a scripted slot 2 or slot 3 super? Because the only one that jumps out to me is like Beast Gohan, but like the new Goku and Frieza fight.
I mean, yeah, but you wouldn't really
There's
take
usually
this guy
a super in slot 2 or slot 3.
I would say this guy could be good for Cell Max. I've actually canceled one or two Cell Max supers with this guy before, because even though Cell Max is not scripted, he does super twice. And if you like can kind of see the attack patterns, or you know, you could get lucky and snipe one of the AoE supers, which could be pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of it. Also, well, regardless, he has a scouter, so
That
like
too.
you
So
can
it's
see
like-
where the super attack is and just snipe it. So that's a good thing. I forgot he had a scouter. Damn, this guy's good for sure. I mean, so we have the login and bonus Goku. It's a free-to-play character. I mean, I haven't tried him, funny enough, personally, but I mean, he looked okay.
I'm surprised that the voting is this way, or it's like most people are saying good.
I
Like,
mean,
what do I not know about this character?
I
am I sleeping?
I feel like he could look decent, but yeah, it's more so that when people vote for these polls, they like consider the general power. Like they're not voting this guy like and thinking of like, oh, he like compared to other Dokkan Festival LRs, you know, they're voting for this guy like, you know, he's a free character everyone can get, you know, he's like not doing the best thing, but as like a filler option, he can actually just look decent. I mean, he does give some supportive buffs, like he's doing this, like it's okay, right? And he can be kind of fun, but that's not really what the point of this. However, some people will vote like based off of their satisfaction here as well. Not much to say.
Yeah. I wish that, like, considering the anniversary didn't give a free LR, like, I feel like this could have been, like, an opportunity for them to make this character an EX, or, like, give the EX super to, like, an LR variant of it.
Yeah, that could have been
It's like, I guess because it's just a login, they weren't going to make it an LR, but, like, why not? Because clearly, the lack of an LR had people upset.
Yep. Carnival Goku. This is one of the highest rated characters I think I've ever seen. Like 97% voted this guy is great. Like this is like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta levels of like highest rated character. In fact, we could literally see it. I know Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was the previous highest rated character. If I can go past
Did you do individual ones for the clones?
Yeah, because they all do different things. They all do different
That's
things.
fair, that's fair. That's just funny.
Dude, look
Like,
at
all right,
that.
this- Yeah, I didn't see it. Was that 91.7? Yeah,
that's 91.7 for Ajo
So
Gogeta.
Kai
4.
Goku, he's actually like frame mugging Gogeta here. Look at this. 97 to 91.
This poll doesn't have as many votes. Like it's about
That's fair.
200 off. But like, still, this guy was so well received. I don't think we really have to talk about him because of that. But there's not a single
You
thing I
like
would change about him.
healing, you like a little bit of stacking, you like survivability.
People said this guy
Wherever
sucks.
Wherever you think there's like a hole with this character, there's like an answer for it. It's like, oh no, he's on, like he got tagged for a super. Oh no, well guess what? He survived it. Well, but there's attacks after. Oh, okay. Well, he's gonna dodge them, allegedly. But you know, he has a high chance. It's 80.
Yeah,
High chance. You know what I mean?
I mean it's a great chance, or it's 80%. Whatever. You guys get the point. Like it's
Yeah, and then heal. My bad. And then on the first one, full heal after that.
It's
So
stupid. It's he's a dumb
Yeah.
character. Like he's the only character that utilizes the survive KO attacks like to its greatest ability, and he's gonna be good in like 2 years, 3 years. Like you still could use him for the same ability.
Something about HEL Goku LRs. What do you think about UI Goku,
I mean,
Kai Goku?
yeah, but
Sure,
he's
I'm missing like the bad one, but
no, but he's in talks for like Intfapu tier, Tech Androids tier, like those characters. That's what this character is. I'm telling y'all, this
that's high
guy.
praise.
Like a lot of people were asking, should I buy him with coins? Yes, I think he is a priority. Like he's a priority with coins. You know, he's
Yeah, I
still
think if
available
you,
for coins right now, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's like unless you missed like UI Goku and you're just gonna wait. I would say yeah. Then like if you have UI Goku and you're just sitting on 500 teal coins right now, like sure.
Yep, I pretty much agree with that. All right, next we have Kid Gohan. I mean, not as like impressive. I feel like he fell a little under the radar because of Kai Goku's aura, but this guy's still pretty good. Again, I don't know if they change anything about him. I think he does do well. The key 3 support is nice. I mean, he's just a good character.
Has a lot of the tools you're looking for. Has you know,
Gets dodge
decent
eventually.
ability. Yeah, just a strong EZA. But you know, there's a difference between strong EZA and best EZA.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, he's not a popular character in general. I definitely wouldn't say he's underwhelming though. I'm not sure who's voting that. Yeah, this makes sense. This is the character
I'm
I had
surprised
in
anybody
mind.
voted great.
Yeah, this is the character I had in mind where I think he's mid. I mean, it's mostly his stats are just not all the way up there. If it's this 40% reduction, he should have kept. If he if this was, or you know, if this was flipped, this and this, that,
I feel like they made this character for the Vegeta Super EZA, where it was like because I think Bomad is like what's buffed.
oh
Like,
yeah,
like, oh yeah, that's a really strong physical character for that Super EZA.
that's a crazy statement, bro. That's all we have to say.
feel-
Like you saying that alone, that's
And that's not defending the character. That's just like me. Like I feel like that's what they were going.
that's not defending the character, bro. He's cooked. I
that's
know
what I'm
what you
saying,
mean,
like,
but
Yeah,
they designed
like,
a character.
They were just
I
trying to
mean-
give us a convenience because it's like they showed it during the graphic and it's like, oh, let's go 8th anniversary LR EZAs. They're confirmed. And it's like, who's that on the side there? What's he got to do with any of this? And it was that Trunks.
Yep. He was meant for Vegeta family, for like, which, I mean, you know, he gave okay support. He's okay. He's underwhelming. Majin Buu, free to play character. There's not much to say about him. Honestly, he's just kind of like, he's a little bit gimmicky. He's cool. He's chill. The orb changing turn 1 could be cool. I just don't really see myself using this guy. I don't think there's much to say. I mean, he's a free to play character.
He was good in that little funky Goma event.
That's pretty much his
He had like
purpose.
a limited time. He had like a boost. And I was like, oh, cool.
We have the Tomagamis as well. I mean, I don't think we need to spend too much time on them. Tomagami 1 is the one I would say we could spend the most amount of time. There's still, it's just a thing of he's giving support for 2 turns. I mean, his damage reduction, he built with like, what, 90% reduction? Like, within the first 4 turns before attacking. Some people had this guy taking like Bio Broly and stuff like that. He does stack. I wonder how he does in the like in the Go Frieza fight if you take him in there. Him and Tamagami number 2. Maybe I'll try that out. It's like I don't know
Can
what
make
team I'll
anything
run
work
down.
in there. I kind of wanted to see the Piccolo and Nail rotation. I just didn't know the team to set it up for it. 'Cause, like if you could like think about like the ultimate like turtle mode setup, you could probably spend 20 turns on in the first phase if you wanted to.
I think you need damage. You can't turtle that event because they build up their attack.
Goku Frieza just build up too much.
Yeah, they build up not only their attack but their defense, and it'll just be like they will catch you eventually. Like their buff will be greater than
I
your
want
buff.
like the eternal game of cat and mouse with them, where it's like, yeah, it's turn 320. Good luck.
Well, keep in mind, if you know, joke on a fact, if you guys don't know, stacks fall off after 99 turns. They're not truly infinite. They actually do fall off after 99 turns.
There you go.
So that's kind of funny.
You're not supposed to go to 99 turns. That's what they're telling you.
Yeah, pretty much. Tomagami number 2, good. Tomagami number 3, people didn't like this guy because he's mostly crit based rather than like these two have like damage reduction and stuff like that. This guy doesn't really have much of it. He has like 20% and he's mostly crit. So another goated character in terms of high rankings. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, that's Kai Goku numbers.
I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Kai Goku numbers. Yep. We could probably close this for now. Again, the only thing I would change about this guy, if they want to make him even more broken, is for every dodge he does, he heals 1% HP.
1%?
Yep. When surviving an attack, survives KO attacks. Make him.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
You're right on that.
If he lives,
the next normal doesn't kill you from,
or even like 2% or something, right? But
yeah, and we talked about this, right? Where it was like he himself is very impressive with the surviving the KO attack and then all the dodges. But then what about his slot 2 partner? What if it's in Evo?
Yep.
Right? And it's like, it's not that in Evolution Blue Vegeta is just like downright disgustingly bad, but you have 1 HP. And double digits is not immortality if you have 1 HP. So it's it can be frustrating because it's like you technically you don't die, but you die.
Maybe 1% is like too low, like 3% or something, but like you guys get the point where it's like, okay.
I think I think you have it just right though, because like 1% of like all, like it's all you need in theory, because like you're not supposed to, you know, heal up a ton from that individually. I guess like, because you could say the same thing with Kai Goku if you were to put him in slot 1, right? Where it's like he gets tagged, he survives the KO attack, and then you're going to heal up like 20% if he does 2 12 key supers. So yeah, you might be right, like 2%. So that would probably bring back, you dodge like 5 more attacks, that's only 10% of your HP, because I don't think that you deserve to survive a KO attack and then also have 50% of your HP back on that turn individually.
And then, I mean, this guy just has an overall character just better than Kai Goku. So there's like that balance aspect. That's the only thing I would say, but they don't even have to do that for this guy. Him and Vegeta, they have multiple turns of invincibility already. Like adding that on top of that would be crazy.
Yeah, the temporary Jiren fight should have been the end of this character in terms of like being the best unit in the game, but they have a counter to Jiren. It's like, oh, okay, just tag over to this character with an obscene amount of damage reduction and you're fine.
Yep.
And then what you can do is hold on if you want to try and greed that turn of dodging for the first phase turn of the second phase. So it's like you have a 2 turns of immortality, and one of them you can hold on to if you want to.
Exactly. I mean, this
so
guy's
it's
crazy.
Really, yeah. And then when he hits the EX super attack, I always meant like if he like pops an EX super, those are guaranteed dodges on that turn, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, like every time.
Yeah. Every time he does the EX super, he guaranteed dodges.
Because like the one sometimes is because it's within the turn, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Other than speaking of one time only.
This guy, literally make him Rainbow Orb change every turn, and he would be fine. That's his only issue. Everything
would be a lot better, I think, is the better word you're looking for there.
Yeah.
They're still like what?
Because, I mean, we're comparing him.
Unit in the game?
We're comparing him to this guy, and then obviously Daima Forku. We can go up here again. We could see this guy's at still 69%. I guess they're actually evenly rated. Funny enough, this guy has a more favorable rating, but I mean, he could be up like another 10% in here. You know, if you're gonna gauge, you know, what Rainbow Orb changing would give this guy. I feel like a lot of people's annoyances with this guy is the fact that he needs 4 Rainbow Keysters to get his full reduction, and without that, he feels like a fish. You know.
I wish it wasn't such an essential thing where like we talk about like an EX super. We kind of talked about that yesterday, and where it's like some of these EX supers feel a lot less necessary than other ones. And it's kind of like the same thing here with the Rainbow Orb changing, where it's like if this character did that permanently, and then not Kai Goku, but Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku had Rainbow Orb changing, like these characters would just feel so much more self-sustainable. And it's like, there's a tech with this unit where it's like you could tag over to Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but not pop the active. That'll give you more orbs, but those aren't going to be like rainbow orbs. And when you tie orbs to damage reduction, we saw it with somebody like Kaioken Blue, or not Kaioken Blue, but STR Kaioken Goku, right? Where it's like you need how many orbs to just get like 40% damage reduction? Like that's kind of
And
gross, but
keep in mind, you know, sometimes this guy will still target the int orbs over the rainbow key sphere because
yes,
he still gets third keeper into orbs.
right. So it's a very tricky situation at times where it's just like I feel like it just shouldn't have been as essential. Where it's like maybe his baseline damage reduction was higher, and then he got like an extra 10% if he had gotten like maybe 2 or 3 rainbow orbs rather than 4.
I mean, yeah,
It's
they
like
can
you
shave
really,
off 30%
yeah,
here and then make it
right,
70%
yeah.
reduction.
Because I mean, you have 40% extra reduction there with
Yep.
the key spheres. So if you sort of don't have that, then like it's a lot better. Like where it's like maybe you
Or
just
at least
tie
like
the 40
10% per rainbow orb up to 40.
that, or just put that 15% into the 3 or more. So it's only 3 rather than 4. Because like that
Something.
one can make
I
a
mean,
huge
I
difference.
find myself getting a lot of times where I have 1 or 2 rainbow key spheres though. Like for my usage of this guy in longer fights, you need tech pan with him.
Yeah,
It's like the
Tech Pan,
only relevant rainbow
especially
orb changer right now.
yeah, especially in like the Jiren fight where she's so good individually. It makes that combination is so good just because especially on those first appearances, like you're gonna have that damage reduction where you're really gonna need it.
Legic, great character.
I haven't had a ton of time to use him. I feel like I don't really run the Omega team as much as I was.
Other people
He's
aren't.
link leveled and all that. I think I have him gold slotted.
Like he's good. Like I think he's a good
Yeah.
banner unit. He's giving nice support. He's good. I mean, if you're using
Mhm.
Deborah's team right now, he's good there as well. The guarantee dodge,
Yeah,
like
funny enough.
he's kind of meeting the basic standards of what we expect from these banner units now.
Mhm.
This guy's great.
Usable. Like if he's on the team, you run him.
I would say more
It's
than
not,
usable. Like he's a good option
Right.
to include. Like he makes a
Yeah.
difference, you know.
Which is like really all you can ask out of a banner unit. Like, because most of the time it just feels like collection and power level slop, if you will.
Yeah. Tech Pan has a great EZA. I think she can get tagged sometimes, but she has a lot of value. She's giving multi-turn key support. She's giving rainbow orb changing. She has an action break in slot 1. She gives 80% attack support and 4 key if she's in slot 1 as well. Again, the orb changing is so super huge. Like she's doing a lot of good things. And while she can get, you know, tagged and killed, her value and what she provides to the team is so good that I feel like she's just a must include in many options. On Diamond Goku's team sometimes, on the Tag Force team, like wherever you could run her, I think she's just, again, that rainbow orb changing, because they're making a lot of these characters really key hungry recently. Her orb changing is a massive part of it.
Yeah.
So
Funny they made her her EZA so good because she was the most requested character showcase on my channel ever.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Int Vegeta. I mean, again, just favorable votes. This guy is just a good character. I mean, he's honestly better than I like. Seeing Super EZA Physical Trunks had me scared for this guy a little bit, but this guy does really good stuff. I mean, he does pretty decent damage. Like for Super EZA, he's hitting 50 to 60 mil attack stats. Like and you're doing like triple supers with like the even Bill and Crit. Like they're being a little more stingy with a lot of these abilities now, which is a good and bad thing, because on one time it's like, oh, you know, it feels a lot satisfying compared to what we experienced in the past. But at the good time, it makes these abilities potentially feel more special, or these characters in these roles feel more special. Because it's like, okay, when we actually get like a character like this, who is like a damage dealing support kind of character, like you feel the difference between just like a pure support defensive character. This debuff you don't really see utilized, unfortunately. Funny enough, if this was all enemies minus 30% attack, this guy would be really good for the Jiren fight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it's like, yeah, it's just got it. Like, you can't restrict enemy debuffs like that. I feel like it's just that's just annoying.
Yeah,
'Cause,
that's the
like,
one thing I would say they could have changed.
'Cause they
but-
made this buff knowing Jiren was down the pipeline and to fight. So I guess against like Omega, or something like that. And he's probably immune to it, huh?
Yeah, I think so. It's,
yeah.
it's just a thing of like, I think this guy's really good.
Yeah,
but they
and
could
on a
have.
team that needed it.
I mean, like obviously people are gonna be like, oh, we're stop trying to rank things against just Jiren, and that's not what we're saying. It's a thing of like, well, why not make this guy a good option against Jiren? You know, especially since it's a limited time event, and like, you know, it's not gonna break the game because they could have enemies not just be debuffed anyways, right? That's pretty much it. I mean, this guy's just a good character. Tons of support. I like him.
Yeah, he's yeah, like on a team that's just so starving for buffs. More than enough for like what we were looking for. Speaking of Realm of Gods buffs,
I mean, this is the character you're talking about,
right? Yeah, but honestly, these results kind of surprised me a little bit. I think it would be a little bit more in favor of the 0 to 3 range, but
I would say
really,
this
they
guy
have
is...
kind of like they
No,
saved
go
their PR a little bit, if you will, or it was
Hello.
like the initial reveal tweet, and like I don't know if you're gonna be able to find this in like a reasonable amount of time, but the shock of opening the details and seeing Goku's passive, and there is 2/3 of the passive skill screen is black. It's just like where's the kit?
I mean, don't get it twisted. This guy could have
But it was
done
also
more stuff, right?
Yeah, but like sometimes there's beauty in the simplicity of he has damage reduction, he has dodge, and he no longer needs to attack multiple times to get that build up. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, so
I
if
mean,
you just open this up and go to the next page, you're like, what? It's like
it just feels like very
it's-
weird to see. And
yeah, because it used to be when attacking, it would be like I think it was 50 per attack or something like that. And
I mean,
you would just have to attack 5 times to get that full build up.
in my opinion, this guy should have also stacked defense. Like, I think there's no point in him not stacking defense. If he stacked defense, then I would be okay with it. But I hate that you feel forced to tag into Vegeta. I guess that's kind of like maybe the point of the unit in their eyes. Is like, oh, you're forced. Like Vegeta comes in and interrupts the fight. Like, that's the animation. Vegeta comes in and interrupts the fight. And he's like, move up, get out of the way, Kakarot. That's my turn. You know. That's kind of why I did that. But you guys get the point. I mean, sure, but if you let this guy stack, I think a lot of people would see it more favorably, especially with these long fights, you know. But I would still say I'm a bit underwhelmed. I think that they could have done a little more with that. But that's all that would change. If they stacked 7 to 8. Another high-rated character. I mean, 0.1% votes in bad. The Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. I mean, this is a more recent character, especially. Like, I don't think we have to talk too much about this guy. Like, the defense stacking, making this guy massively stack defense is insane. 2 turns, it feels like, of like invincibility right here. He has. Then he has multiple turns of invincibility in the standby with like one of the hardest hitting attacks in the game, by far. Like, I mean, this guy hits so hard with the Spirit Bomb that the game doesn't compute the damage sometimes, and it doesn't hit that full damage because you hit the damage limit. So that's funny. Like, this guy's crazy. But the only thing is that I feel like, again, we talked about this. He's good defensively, damage-wise. In his base form, he's not doing a lot. And obviously that's because the Spirit Bomb is where the huge amount of damage comes in. It does allow him to stack a bit more, which is nice, but that's really the only thing I'd say. Turn 1 key maybe could be an issue with bosses at lower key, but that's kind of it. I don't know if you had anything to say.
I think you got it. Just like when you're covering what's going on here, like this character was just unbelievable with how they kind of designed things for the CZA. It's pretty impressive. Where it's like, you know, it feels 93% there, and then you got it's just like look at the stark difference there, 51 to 93.
Yeah, a lot of the great votes went to good, to be fair. But even then, we still have like this guy has 1% underwhelming and bad. This guy even has 10%. Some people were disappointed.
11% in the underwhelming to bad section.
I mean, I'll let you explain why. I kind of yapped about the Z duo because they're my favorite one, so I'm kind of like I'm satisfied with them. But
it's like I feel like with this character, it's kind of tough to get the defense where you want it. But like I quite enjoy the support that this unit has and kind of the role that they play. But it's just attack stacking and defensive stacking are just like, depending on the event and the format of content that we have, it's just so different. And with this guy, it's like you have the first attack, like, or the first slot damage reduction that you can hold on to during the fight. I'm looking at the kit. I'm so used to like recording myself that I went and pulled the character up myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
No.
So like the fact that like the defensive buffs don't stay and they don't, it's just like a defensive stat that isn't like absolutely insane is not enough these days. And you need very high damage reduction on top of a very high number on top of guard, and they have a lot of that, but it feels like the defense there is not enough. And it's like, what's up?
No, I just said yep.
You made it. Oh, okay. And like defensively, it's like with the standby and having access to revive, it's very nice. But I just feel like the Z duo is just fulfilling the role that you want from them so much better. And I feel like when I'm running a team like the GT Heroes or the Battle of Fate or something like that, it's like I don't need damage from this character. I just need to get to their support. And having to wait sometimes, I don't know. It's kind of tricky. Like I feel
they're kind of like a support, just like not merchant, but you get the point. Like that's kind of what I'm using this guy for. Just pop the Spirit Bomb. I mean, their own Spirit Bomb in long fights, they can do like decent damage. Like I could actually probably bring up a clip before we move on to the next character. I did have like a Spirit Bomb turn. I ran double Vegeta Trunks, had a Spirit Bomb turn with all of them. Like you can kind of see like, again, well, a lot of what this guy did helped the Spirit Bomb in terms of its damage. Like we could see, look at that. So let me just show you off.
Well, self-plugging clips.
Yep. I mean, these are Twitter exclusive clips. Like you see the damage we did with this Spirit Bomb. And then we got the final kill here. I mean, we couldn't see what the max damage for this would actually have done. Like, I'm sure it could have done a lot of damage, but during the turn, they were still doing, like in this long fight, how much damage did they do here? Yeah, 100 mil right there into a 70 mil additional. Like, they did actually do a lot of damage right here. So,
I saw a tweet pop up on the For You page saying that this unit is a skill check.
The GT duo, I saw that. I mean,
yeah,
I just think that
true? Do you feel that's true?
No, I think that this guy, it's just like, you know, when you look at the Z duo, it just feels a lot better. It's not that no one's saying that this guy's necessarily bad, except for like, you know, a few people that are outstanding, but it's a thing of like, in comparison to other anniversary characters, like those anniversary characters felt more so on the tier of this guy. Where this character doesn't really, in the current events that are out, like take a hold of those fights. So that's kind of it. Even Ichiwai Goku has just more general favorability towards him. I mean, this guy he came out pretty much this week, so I think we all know how good this guy is. But multiple turns of guaranteed dodge, potentially guaranteed dodge plus Scouter on the transformation state. I mean, I don't know if there's anything else you want to say. The last thing I would say is that this guy does do pretty good damage as well. Like he's doing a lot.
Simple. I mean, this is just like a simple design character, I feel like. Disabling the enemy's guard is always like a funny mechanic. It's like, okay, like sure, I guess. I think can you go to the stacking effects real quick? I feel like maybe some great raises would have been a little bit better for this character.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Super EZAs, they can't change that. Or they don't change that. Not that they can't.
Yeah. Oh, right. They don't change. God, it's been so long. Yeah, you're right. They don't change super attack effects. It's just like I feel they do stack a bit slow. And maybe I'm out of place there, but it's like I don't know. I feel like if I'm doing like the Goku and Frieza fight, I'm on like turn 15 and they're still like at 2-3 mil defense.
Yeah, I mean even
though I'm putting them in slot 1
this year, but it's like
that too.
Their defense is not like this guy's defense. He's a dodge character, so I don't think they're gonna make his defense that great.
Right, and it's like the lack of any damage reduction or guard can be a bit concerning at times. It's because, like, again, I talked about this earlier, where a number is just not enough. Like these characters a lot of these bosses just ignore defense now.
That's true too.
So it's tricky, but I think like for what they were, for what the team needed. Again, I am never gonna say no to another UI Goku character on the team that's usable. But certainly I think that one of those defensive mechanics, I think on top of the dodge would have been nice. That's what makes, that's what makes the blue so good, right? I mean, like, it's not just the fact that they dodge, it's the fact that they have damage reduction.
We could take a look here. I mean, like this
quite the difference.
I feel like the thing about this EZA that they failed is that they never give this guy dodge in his base kit, even though he was still good, of course. But I think the biggest thing is that they fixed this transformation condition to where you don't have to be under the HP threshold, but you can get it guaranteed on turn 4, which I think is pretty good. All right, then we have some of the events. I mean, I'm gonna just kind of skip through a lot of these. We talked about these more so in Ville's video, but underwhelming. People didn't really like this one. People did favor the part 2 one a lot more. I personally,
They felt,
think,
yeah.
I think it was like a 7.
I don't know about that's kind of tough to say. I felt that the Vegeta special battle for part 1 was kind of fun. He had the AoE. He could tag you with the super if you got caught or if you got unlucky.
I really like the UI
know.
Goku and Evolution Vegeta one. I think that one's a fun one.
I have never been a fan of boss dodging. I only like it
so.
when I'm trying to stack characters, but it's just such an element of, and I get the Dokkan's an RNG game, but there's so much like non-controllable elements of a boss dodging where it's like you set up your rotation perfectly, you have all the support that you want, you have this massive attack stat, and then the boss dodges it after all that setup. And it wasn't because you misplayed, it's just because the boss decided to dodge it. And again, I know Dokkan's an RNG game, but at times I think that's like one of the more frustrating things a boss can do. It's the same thing when a character gets locked randomly. It's the same thing when a character gets sealed randomly. It's just taking control away from the player is always going to be frustrating, but it was still fun.
This one's kind of
this was
event.
Yeah, this is the one where the fight can change, correct?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting design, and if they implement this in a difficult fight, I think it could be pretty cool. But this fight was not necessarily tough. This is a gimmick fight. I don't even want to talk about it. I kind of don't like this one.
4-turn mission. Boom, bam, bop, done.
So this is the Greatest Tours with the AoE Omega at the end, and then the Jiren fight, which I think they did stage 2 way better than stage 1, because stage 2 you could actually skip to the different enemies rather than having to fight all of them. I think that this fight, the second stage was fun. As much as people wouldn't like it, I do like this fight. I would give this a grade, honestly. Well, I would give it 8 because the first stage wasn't as good. Because I think the first stage is what I hate in these like events, that it's a long take. It's like, okay, it's weird. It's not like Super Battle Road where you could like debuff and things like that and use a different amount of characters. And it's structured in a way that a long fight would be structured, but you can't actually stack. That's why I don't like the fights in stage 1 that much as time passes on. This is the Omega Ultimate Red Zone. I think we could agree it was like these stages were fun overall.
Yeah, I didn't realize until, after I went to bed and woke up how lucky I had gotten on these stages, where the only one that I didn't know item on the first try was the Goku and Vegeta stage, and that was only because UI Goku didn't dodge the physical one.
My UI Goku didn't dodge a lot.
I was like, damn, I literally almost first try no item ran all of these stages. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's either these were really easy, or Jiren has turned me into a war-hardened veteran, and I was maybe I was just dialed in that day where I'm like, I understand what my characters are doing. I'm putting them in the spots to succeed. And then I think I DM you later. I'm like, did I just get lucky? And they're like, and you're like, probably. I'm like, okay.
That's funny though.
At the end of the day, it's like, no item runs don't matter. It's the stage design that we care about. And it's like, okay, I thought that they were fun. I liked the kind of nostalgic feeling of playing Red Zone Omega again. But again, the same trends. Hardest boss, Broly, Jiren, or Omega. Flip the coin. It's a 3-sided coin in this case. Like, who's the hardest boss right now? Oh, it's Jiren. For GDC, it'll be the Broly again. Like, whatever.
No, it's gonna be Final Form Frieza. Trust. This one, I think I would say honestly a little bit underwhelming. I feel like these fights, the Go Frieza fight, I wasn't satisfied with it compared to the original. I think that's what I'm comparing it to, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know. There's not much for me to say beyond that. Then we have the Dokkan Player's Choice Battle here. So this is the Go Frieza fight. I think it has a lot of favor to it. I mean, it seems like people like the red zones better generally, but a lot of people do like this fight. There's some people that don't like it, and I think that's fair because this is a long fight. It's like it's not like a festival kind of fight, but it's like some people prefer short fights, some people prefer longer fights. I think the community generally like there's 80% of people who are voting here that are saying they like this.
You know what this event is called?
What?
What's the name of the event?
Player's Choice. Yeah.
What does that mean?
I wonder. Maybe it's like people who voted for this and they like it. Some people don't like short events or long events, right? But
And that's fine, yeah. But I mean, it's just like,
I mean, this
we're
one's
talking
pretty
about how this was
obvious.
made. Yeah, it's like it's a pretty. Yeah, I mean, just look at the favors. So like, what is it up there? It's
It's
it
30,
is
it's
40,
40 and 40. So it's
Yeah,
80%.
it's like 81% to 19% there, essentially, a little bit less than that.
About 20, but still.
Yeah,
It's
20.
You get the point. Where it's like most
It's
people.
the same thing as always, though, right? Where it's like the vocal minority. That is very much what this application is that you're using right now.
Yep. Then it is funny, even though a lot of like these characters were voted, I think, favorably. This got an underwhelming vote. Some of the votes were good. I think again some of them were bad even. The big I saw some comments here where it's like most of the stuff voted in this thread got a great with overwhelming results, but the celebration got voted was 4-9. Pacing was bad, but this is up there with one of the highest quality celebrations we got. I give it a 6. I think the thing about, in my opinion, yeah, good or great if the events stay in the room if they don't. That's kind of my opinion. I think I would actually give this anniversary a 7 if the events stay, but I'm under the presumption that they don't. And with that in mind, I would give it a 5 because it's a thing of, okay, this event I have fun with. These two events are staying. This event I have the most fun with as well. Like I do like Jiren stage. I do like this stage. These two stages I feel like are fine, but the Omega stage is like the one that I feel like really stands out to me. But then it's like we look at everything else, none of these other fights are really standing out. The characters are good, but
yeah,
it's the spread of content too, right?
Right, because I was about to say, like, in the thread, right, it's like you're not also putting like, and this isn't like your fault or anything, but you also there's not a vote where it's like, how did you feel about the gap in between this event and that event, or how did you feel about the pacing of this, or how did you feel about the animations of the characters, right? Like these weren't questions that you asked in this poll.
Yeah.
So, and that's fine, right? Like I think it would be better for you to not ask 45 questions, so it takes somebody. It's not like a survey for someone to get through, right? But that's also like where these mixed results come from, where it's like the animations let people down, the communication let people down, the lack of a part 3, the lack of a part EX, the thank you gift me and some stones and a super EZA compared to previous years where, like, especially you look at the end of year 7 where it's like, oh yeah, by the way guys, here's this 1000 stage event and 2 amazing LR EZAs and more stones, compared to like, oh, here's a super EZA and a fight that some of you aren't gonna like. All right, have fun.
I mean, some people were even expecting the year 3 Super EZA sim. So
yeah, I wonder who did that.
Anyways, I feel like a lot of people, even Buttboy, another defender, I feel like with this anniversary, 6.5 to 7. Like, people would say that this is like, there's one person who says like this is like the best anniversary, but I think for the most part, a lot of people do agree. A 7. If the events stay, I think it's a 7. If they don't, it's a 5. But that's my opinion. I don't know if you have any other comments, Bill.
I think that maybe we look back on this in 6 months ago, maybe it wasn't so bad. But again, I think we also we live in a very dramatic time, right? Where expectations were super high coming off of the 10th anniversary. We sort of knew that the anniversary was not going to be the 10th anniversary, but you ask 10 people, 8 of them are probably telling you they preferred the 9th anniversary. And I feel like heading into year 12, that's something they got to consider, that it's like, maybe don't go back to this format. We have to change things up because people are not going to just take whatever they get and like it.
I'm sure we'll also get a survey like after the anniversary ends officially in like 2 days.
Oh yeah, be respectful in that survey.
Definitely.
Yelling and cussing them out does nothing.
I'll probably make a video doing that, and
yeah,
maybe I'll get Bill in here again or something. We'll figure something out. But
I probably wouldn't do a survey video. That could be fun, like a collab for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Come up with a group answer. It's like, what's the most polite way to get a point across? Where
pretty much,
it's like, I felt that the gap between content was unsatisfactory, or something like that. You got to be funky.
Yep.
Don't use ChatGPT.
Do not. Okay. Appreciate y'all for watching this video. Check out Bill's channel, and I guess we'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.
Time to talk for 2 more hours after this.
Yep.